stream lectures. Before I get started into this very important lecture, I want to just take a moment to thank all of my supporters and my subscribers, viewers, everyone, sponsors, everybody for supporting my channel. June of this year, my channel will actually be 4 years old. I'm really excited about that. Time really flies when you're having fun. So the focus of this very important acknowledgement lecture, you know, it's always good to acknowledge and praise the goals you achieve along the way. That's a powerful motivation driving force. But the focus of this lecture is to acknowledge that my YouTube channel has officially hit past 250,000 subscribers, 250,000 subscribers. And I just want to thank all of my supporters, my viewers, my subscribers, even if you're not a subscriber or member. I just want to thank everyone for supporting my channel. You know, reaching a milestone of 250,000 subscribers for Marie Holiday channel, you know, is phenomenal, a tremendous feat. But you know, I don't want to negate the part of all the hard work I've done behind the scenes, but I really do want to thank all of my supporters, personal friends, family members for making this happen. And with that, I'm just going to give, you know, the viewer some insight on some things I've done since day one when I started my YouTube channel that has had a direct impact on my channel hitting 250,000 plus subscribers. And I hit that benchmark. I hit that target date on March the 18th, 2024, in terms of well over 250,000 subscribers for my channel. And I'm telling you, you know, one of the main things I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to say this again, is you got to have that business plan in place. I have my business plan. In reality, my full business plan is well over, now is 22 pages long. You know, I have many goals on this business plan that I have reached and achieved and moved on to the next goal. You know, but on page 22 on my strategic business plan, I literally had on my business plan to attain 250,000 subscribers. That was a goal. That was a documented goal on the left of that strategic business plan. In the middle of my business plan, I wrote down some measurable objectives, some steps really I've been doing, but more aggressively, some steps that I have done that directly link to that goal of hitting my first 250,000 subscribers. And some things that I have done specifically is, for the past several months, I have been publishing 560 plus published content for the past several months, and I did not stop at that rate until March the 18th, 2024, when I hit that benchmark of 250,000 subscribers. And when I say I've probably been functioning at that rate now for a good 4 months of 560 plus published content a month minimum. And what I mean by published content, that consists of shorts, that consists of video uploads, that consists of live streams, like I'm doing a live stream right now. So a total of minimum of 560 published content a month. And now, since I've reached that goal, I'm not going to continue to function at that level, because that was a tremendous feat. And let me break this thing down to you a little bit in terms of 560 plus published content a month. That means I'm doing preparation behind the scene on each and every published content. Depending on what I'm presenting, if it's a lecture, a lot of lectures, any lecture I present, I'm preparing, I'm gathering my information, I'm doing a format for that lecture. Just like I'm doing this lecture right now, I prepared behind the scene, gathered my information, write down a format, certain topics. I research certain topics. I'm interviewing, I'm gathering data. I'm doing my work behind the scene, behind every single published content. Even if it's one of my shorts, there's preparation behind the scene in terms of when I'm doing my shorts. So I'm doing a lot of preparation, certain lectures, I'm researching, I'm interviewing people behind every single content that I publish. And I have been functioning at that rate for 3 or 4 or 5 months now at 560 plus published content a month. And that takes a lot of dedication, effort, sacrifice, being laser focused, because you can't function at this level being lazy. I can tell you that right now. And that has had a direct impact on the growth of my channel, not just in subscribers, but views, watch hours, money, comments, and pushing my YouTube channel into the algorithm. And I'm seeing explosive growth in all areas of my YouTube channel as a content creator. That was a tremendous feat. And I'm telling, and on plus having my day-to-day things I have to do every day in terms of my affairs and the function of my household and etc. You know, it ain't all about just this YouTube channel. I function at a high level early in the morning and get everything done by 7 o'clock a.m. so I can move on with the rest of my day, whether I have to meet with business affiliates, or rather have to go to the bank, or running the function of my household, or my workout, or my meditation, or reading my books, or listening to my music. I get YouTube stuff out the way early. And then if I want to throw in a live lecture, no problem. But the high bulk, the high percentage of my content that I've been creating on a daily basis to do 560 plus a month, that took effort, dedication, sacrifice, laser focus. Because if you want to push your channel to the next level, you're gonna have to come up with a game plan, a strategy plan. And on top of me having this business plan in place that's measurable, I'm looking at this business plan, I'm revising this business plan, I'm updating this business plan, and then on the far right of this business plan, I wrote down that I wanted to achieve my 250,000 subscribers by March 30th, 2024. That was the target date. However, since I achieved that goal on March 18th, I went into my business plan on the far right and I wrote down the date the goal was achieved. There you go. The date the goal was actually achieved, March 18, 2024 versus March the 30th of 2024, because I don't play around with target dates. I put in my mind, that's a target date, but I knew in my mind I was gonna hit that benchmark before March 30th, 2024, and the goal has been achieved, and I'll move on to the next goal. I already wrote a goal down on my four life of my strategic business plan. To basically, I got to complete a 2-week guided tour to Italy, because strategy-wise, every several months I'm going to different places around the world to visit the 7 wonders of the world. That's a goal. Basically, to complete that guided tour to go to Italy. One of the steps I'm gonna do in the middle of that business plan that directly ties into that goal, I got to begin to start communicating with my travel agent. My travel agent is on the trajectory path to just book all these different places I'm gonna go, and she's not just booking. We have ongoing communication and dialogue when I'm telling her, okay, let me look at my schedule, let's get ready to strategize. So now, since that's on my business plan, then what I got to do is coordinate with my travel agent. We're going to look at prices, and the target date to have this done, I put by the latter part of this year, maybe no later than September. It could be sooner, but a target date is on there. And then when the goal is actually achieved, I go into that business plan and literally write down the goal, that the date that goal was achieved in reference to a guided tour to Italy as a content creator, and that'll be a 100% business write-off. I'm getting 2 for 1 because it's going to be vacation travel, and I'm going to do live footage when I'm over there. I'm going to have evidence of that, and I turn around whatever money I spend to pay my travel agent so we can it's a lot behind the scene, people. It's a lot behind the scene when you're traveling abroad. You got to communicate with that travel agent, depending on where you're going in the world. There's certain shots you got to get before you leave. You got to make sure your passport is updated. You got, it's a lot you have to do behind the scene to make sure you are purchasing appropriate travel insurance. With that travel insurance, what a lot of people don't realize, there's a medical policy incorporated within that travel insurance when you go abroad. So you got that medical piece. It's a lot behind the scene. You don't just get your behind on a plane and go. No, you don't do that. I've been in the military. There's a lot strategically and business-wise behind the scene. Just when I went to Cairo, Egypt, there's a lot of strategic behind-the-scenes stuff to make that happen before I finally made it to Cairo, Egypt for almost two weeks to do live footage. And I'm here to tell you. So again, the focus of this is to acknowledge my channel, and because you gotta acknowledge those achievements along the way. My channel has hit well over 250,000 subscribers, and I can literally remember like yesterday when I only had 2 subscribers on my channel, and I said that 2 for months. 2 subscribers on my channel. I clearly remember that. Ain't no way. I was looking at the criteria back then to get monetized. I think it was 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, and I only had 2 subscribers. That's ain't no way in the world let me be able to get no doggone 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And now my channel is reaching sky's limit. Another very important piece in terms of, as a content creator, if you look on my YouTube channel, have that business plan in place on your about face. Your information on your about face should tie into the goals and objective, the mission, goals, and objective of your YouTube channel. It should directly link to your strategic business plan. Everything has to be in line, in sync, because if you don't have all that in place, that strategic business plan, in a mission, goals, and objective documented on your strategic business plan directly ties into your YouTube channel, you are setting yourself up for failure. If you look at my about face on my YouTube channel, and I'm literally going to pull it up. This is the business side, people. This is the business side of being a successful content creator. You got to be aligning yourself with a CPA. You got to have that strategic business plan in place. Because it really is a business side to being a content creator. Because if you monetize, what validates that 1099 that you get at the end of the year, that's the business piece from YouTube right there. So if I go to my about face, it literally says in my description, directly tie into my mission, goals, and objective of my channel that's documented in my strategic business plan on one of these pages. And it literally says, I'm literally on the road to sky's limits with this channel. I created my YouTube channel as a way to share my experience of how I rose from financial destruction to financial freedom. That's the core concept of my channel that ties into the concept of my book, Awake Financial Freedom. The book concept, this testimony, directly links into the language I am using on my YouTube channel. I may talk about other topics, motivational, thought-provoking, educational topics, but I'm going to always revisit topics that deals into money, budgeting, financing, how to rise above your financial situation, and it links to my book that hit all major bookstores going on 3 years ago, and that was deliberate. That ties into my mission, goals, and objective. If you read further, It also says on my about face on this mission goals and objective that linked to my business plan on my YouTube channel. It also says that the overall concept of my channel is for the viewer to gain valuable tips about money, financing, budgeting, investment tips, and how I rose from financial and how to rise from any financial situation. The viewer will learn strategic ways to get out of debt and remain debt-free. The viewer will gain valuable information by listening and paying attention as I share my knowledge in various live stream lectures. I also share my specialty coffee making tips. If you look at a lot of my shorts, I do a lot of shorts on my specialty coffee making tips that's indicated on my about face that ties into my mission goals and objective and is laid out on my business plan. This thing got to be lined up like a science. I also share my specialty coffee making tip travel blogs. There we go. Because when I went to Cairo, Egypt, I had to do live footage as a content creator. And as I was seeing those, a couple of those 7 wonders of the world, and you better believe that trip was a 100% write-off. And just like my CPA said, that if I were to be audited by the Internal Revenue Service, I have my strategic business plan in place. I have my 1099. I have everything laid out and connected and linked to my mission goals and objective as a businesswoman and be able to pass any inspection in any shape, form, or fashion. That's the business side right there. And as I read more, I also will get you, the viewer will gain valuable information by listening and paying attention as I share knowledge in live stream lectures. I also share my specialty coffee making tips, travel blogs, and I literally just talked about that additional goal I put on my business plan to collaborate with my travel agent to plan that next guided tour to Italy, which ties into the travel blog. Also, I also do other lectures, motivational topics, lectures on my YouTube channel. Then I put on here, support and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, here we go, my book. I'm referencing that book again because everything ties in. Also, my book, Awake Financial Freedom, is available for purchase by Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, Apple iTunes, Google Play, and now recently an audiobook. Page Publishing Company and Audiobook Network did a phenomenal job in transforming my manuscript into a published book. And also check out my business website, Paris & Associates Resource Center. So literally on my about face, I'm integrating my company, Paris & Associates Resource Center. There's a link to my business website, Paris & Associates Resource Center. If a person want to see, I encourage you to look at that, because my company, Paris & Associates Resource Center, been around 21 plus years, long before YouTube. So I deliberately started my YouTube channel to utilize my YouTube channel to drive business towards my primary company, Paris & Associates Resource Center, to promote my book, to promote my brand, to drive sales. I'm seeing a skyrocketing sales on my book in all formats, Awake Financial Freedom, under my company, Paris & Associates Resource Center, which the primary service is professional coaching services, where I go into an executed contract for individuals who want to hire me to develop their strategic business plan over the course of 4 paid sessions. And at the end of that 4th session, that customer walk away in Word document with their completed strategic business plan in place. But with that service, I'm at full capacity. There's almost a 2-year wait list for that. But I'm telling you, if it wouldn't be for me strategizing and marketing and using this platform to drive sales to Paris & Associates and to drive sales to my book and my brand, I'm telling you, I would not have seen explosive growth in my book, in my company, and also a caveat to that, the explosive growth on my YouTube channel by evidence. My channel now has hit well over 250,000 subscribers. I'm gonna say this again. If you don't have this business plan in place, I'm telling you, if you don't have a business plan in place with goals and measurable objectives, action steps in the middle of that business plan in terms of what you are going to do that directly links that goal on the far left and on the far right with a target date that ties into the objective, that ties into the goal. And then when you have achieved that goal, you go back into that business plan and you write down the date that the goal was achieved. I don't care, and whatever the business is or whatever the goal is, you have got to have, because my thing is, without that, how are you going to hold yourself accountable? How are you going to measure your progress? That's basic business 101. How are you going to measure? A business plan is a living, breathing document where you should be looking at that business plan, touching that business plan, revising that business plan on a daily basis, a weekly basis, an hourly basis, a monthly basis. And I'm telling you that business plan is in. I look at my business plan every day throughout the day because I'm constantly writing stuff down. And I'm constantly going in and writing down that goal achievement. I've been goal driven all my life. This simple to me. The 560 public content might sound like a lot, but in reality, it's not. If you are laser focused and you got it on your business plan, you're measuring your progress, I'm telling you, the sky's the limit. You know, it's 2024. You know, it's time, whatever goal you're trying to achieve, it's time to achieve that goal, take it to the next level. Because like I got on my about information, you know, God's finna take this channel to skyless limits. And I can feel it in my spirit. Skyless limit. And no one's gonna stop me. As long as I keep God first, God is going to take this channel to skyless limits, more than I can even conceive, as I keep him first, guided by the Spirit, and the rest is history. So ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have. Mark your calendar for April 6th. Let me check this out. Mark your calendar for April 6th. I'm going to be ready to get down to business. I'm going to present the 13 steps. I'm going to present the 13 powerful steps in order for a reputable publisher to transform an accepted manuscript. Let me break this thing down to you. Just because you present a manuscript to a publishing company, that don't mean they're going to accept it. They're going to either accept or reject. That publishing company got a brand to protect. They are not going to publish junk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to present the 13 steps for a publisher to transform an accepted manuscript into a published book and make it available for consumers worldwide. You know, my book, Awake Financial Freedom, went through 2 world-renowned publishing companies. Page Publishing Company published my soft copy and ebook version and all of that. And then I had to go through Audiobook Network for them to publish my published book. They had to publish my published book into an audio book. Page Publishing Company don't deal with audiobooks. So my book had to go through scrutiny again, even though it was published, and I had to pay for those services. Those services ain't free. And that was a 100% business write-off. So what I'm saying, I say that to say both of those publishing companies demonstrated those powerful 13 steps in order for that publisher to transform that accepted work and make it available for consumers worldwide. You may have a desire to write a book. You may be writing your manuscript. You may want children's book published. And when you seek out a publishing company, if you don't see those 13 steps, you need to look elsewhere. Because you notice I said reputable publisher. So if you want to find out what those 13 steps are, tune in April 6th. I'm going to start at 11. I'm going to do 1 hour. And all I can say is Tune in, mark your calendar. And again, I want to thank all of my subscribers, my supporters, my viewers. I want to thank all of my Egyptian supporters. I'm getting a lot of, when I went over there, I'm getting a lot of support and biking on this channel from a lot of my Egyptian connections. I want to thank you for exposing my channel, supporting my channel to international levels. I could not have done that without my Egyptian subscribers and promoters and supporters. I want to thank you for that. You know, this milestone would not have been possible without all of my supporters, viewers, subscribers, members, international supporters. None of this. I got a 90%, 95% of my support is coming from international markets, and the other percentage coming from the United States. So this channel is officially tapped into worldwide market. And I want to thank God for giving me the knowledge and skill and the passion to present this content on this platform. And with that being said, Simple Fidelis, and I'm going to leave in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.